season right there. Okay. The last part on that is, and I had it on top and I drew an arrow and skipped the arrow. One of the things that we don't do, and it's something that I'm glad I wrote this note on there to be upfront with you guys. You know, is your kid going to walk out of here? My kid's a pitcher. Are you going to help on the? Is there pitching inside of this? Yes, we do. We have 2 coaches. I need to say that up front. We have 2 coaches for every team. Our practices, though, are built not to give pitching lessons. They're not built to give hitting lessons. And if you think about that, I'm not sure about that. If you think about that for a second, if I take one of my coaches and they're working 8 pitcher or 2 pitchers, that turns my back ratio into 1 coach with 9 other kids. Okay? We don't do lessons inside of that. Our job is the stuff that goes after you hit the ball. What happens after that? After you throw that baseball down the mound, what happens after that? That's what we coach up. But the beauty of our system is as you tailor through and we're around your boys and we have that relationship, we get to start doing some of that individual stuff inside of that with your son. Does that make sense? So I need to flip that with most people think. You're not going to come out here and your son's not going to get that individual. Now, obviously, if we're seeing something crazy, yeah, we adjust and coach that up. But it's not a dedicated 20 minutes to 2 pitchers and then I've got 9 other guys with 1 coach. That's not fair and that's not what we do. Everybody follow me? I want to make sure that everybody understands that. Doesn't mean we don't, but we have to develop that before we can get to that type of point. And obviously I was as a 9 and 11, and I've got a group of 12s now that I've been with almost 90 games. Yes, I'm doing individual stuff with that group by now. Does that make sense? Okay. Uniforms. We're talking about uniforms because I'm so freaking proud of our uniforms. As you guys know, we're no longer the Rangers, we're in the Astros. We are, the select teams are sponsored by Marucci. We also have an ownership stake in Marucci. So 3 weeks ago, I flew up to New Orleans, to Baton Rouge, to their headquarters, met with everyone to get our uniforms to where we have the best uniforms that we can have out there. The best uniforms. I previewed those. We all were both there, right? Carson, what do you think of those uniforms? Cool. All right, I'll take that as a good one. They are flipping cool. They're awesome uniforms. We took our new home and away uniforms that our AAA teams are going to wear. That's what we're wearing. In March, when we roll out to our own tournament, we get to debut those uniforms. We're the first ones to do it, and they're so nice, very nice. So our uniforms, it's all Marucci from head to toe. We're all synced on the Marucci helmets. We have 2 jerseys. They're all supplemented. There's no patches or nothing that's going to peel off because they're supplemented jerseys. Marucci pipe pants. The very nice bag, because the biggest complaint I got from parents the year before that was the bag. Okay, so we went out there and said, give me a better bag. We got a better bag. The Major League hat that we all wear, that's what those boys wear. And that's our package. That is our uniform. It is sharp, to say the least. Carson, is it better than just okay? Better than okay. See that right there. No, they're nice, guys. It is something we're very proud of. That's a lot of energy. It was something that we heard back. And to be honest, yeah, I didn't like the uniforms we wore the last year. I didn't like them. I love the shirt, but it's not really a uniform. That was a big complaint that we heard from families. So you know what we did? Reese said, get your butt up to New Orleans, get it fixed, and that's what we've done. So we're real proud of those. Here's the other side of that. If this makes, this is a fit for you and the offer's there and we meet back here again in January, I'm going to have all of Marucci's stuff sitting in this room for you to come in for your boys to try on, get the fitting right, and get all that done. So we're not guessing at large, extra large. No, I'm having it all here for you to try on, so it's all right. Okay? That happens in January. Okay. Cost. Oof. I normally say that for last. So. Here's the cost. Not bad. What we've done is we've went around and we've kind of gone, see what's high, what's low, what are we offering. I'm not going to say we're the cheapest, and we're definitely not the highest. We're sort of in between. Our costs, the uniforms are separate. That whole package for 2 jerseys, legit jerseys, not shirts. 2 jerseys, the hat, the helmet, the bag, and the pipe pants is about $200 total for all of that. Okay, give or take. Give or take. I'm still working with Marucci to finalize that cost. But that's on the side. You guys handle that on your own because I'm not in the uniform business. When you guys come in here, there's a portal set up. It's on you to take care of that. So that's inside this part. Our season for those, that is $1,800. Again, it's not on the highest, it's not the cheapest. What we've done though, because we've heard from families, we have set up that to cover from January through May in payment plans if that's something that you want to do. You can spread that out over those 5 months. Of course you can pay it all up front if you wanted to. If there are some hardships or something like that to come into play, we work with every single family. What we don't want is that to be the determining factor of why you don't join us. Okay? I'm not promise you anything, but what I'm saying is if that's what it comes down to, then we talk as a family to me and we see what we can do, if that makes sense. Okay? So $200 on the side, that covers all of that uniform, give or take. Then $1,800 for the season, and I don't ask for another penny from it. That's it. There's no more surprises. That is the cost right there. Okay? Process. Where am I at? 9:50. What happens after we walk out of here today? Please, 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 please listen and get this part here. You are going to walk out today. Coaches are going to meet into here. Tomorrow, I will start the offers that go out. If you get an offer in your inbox, and we're using the email that's on the registration form, if you get an offer, the clock ticks, and that starts at a 48-hour window for you to respond. My offers will go out Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. When you get yours, that 48-hour clock starts. Okay? What's the difference between if I got an offer on Sunday and I got one on Wednesday? The difference is you got one on Wednesday and you did get one on Sunday. Please do not read anything in more into that. Please, and please don't let that trickle down to your son. That is a bad message because I'm looking at all of you in your face right now. There is no difference between getting an offer from Sunday until Wednesday. I don't know which group I'm starting with. The Cowboys pissed me off on Sunday. I'm not going to do a lot on Sunday. Are you following me? It's not a reflection of how your son did. So don't take it that way. Does everybody understand? I got to emphasize that. Sunday through Wednesday, and the clock ticks. Then what that means is if the last offer goes out on Wednesday, by Friday, I know. And then I can email out to everybody on Saturday, this is what we have. Okay. Now I get to let all of y'all look at each other instead of me. One of the nastiness of select baseball is accepting a spot and then backing out on the back end. Going to hedge somewhere else. Because I only have 11 players on a team. And because I just told all of y'all how our process works. If that's something that even crosses your mind, please don't say yes to us. The domino effect and the collateral damage and the chaos that occurs when you accept and we close this down next Saturday, it goes way beyond what you possibly think it looks like. Because I don't have only 11 kids, if there's 2 people, only 2 that say on next Monday after they go do another set of tryouts, yeah, Chris, we kind of changed our mind. There's a possibility now that I've got to email and call 9 other families and say, I don't have a team anymore. Well, Chris, all the tryouts already took place. I know. That's why I'm telling you this now. This is something that I challenge you as an adult, as a leader of your sons. You commit, and we're in. Or you don't. Commit and you're in, son. And the best thing that I use for my own son is, man, we got a life scale, God willing, is about this long. People's baseball careers are about this long. Your spring 2019 season is about this long. If you make a bad call, son, you're going to be around them for about 50 days. But we're going to honor our commitment. If you made a bad call, son, we're going to map 50 days is what we're talking about. The bigger lesson is we're going to honor our commitment. And that's a good lesson for you to teach your son. It's not just about you, son. There are 10 other families that are dependent on our word when we said, yes, Chris, we're in. Okay? Why is he emphasizing that so much? Because it's such a big deal and a big stain on select baseball when we get those. And because, I mean, I'm not over-offering. I don't do the Nick Saban and Alabama thing and offer 90 scholarships when I got 60 spots and then figure it out after that. Because I offer 11. That's what I do. I don't have a bullpen ready to go on the back end over there. That's not fair to everyone sitting in this room. So, my challenge when you walk off, man, take your boys' pulse immediately. What you think? Oh, I like those guys. Or no, man, no, wrong dad. No. Okay? Y'all talk. What you think of Chris? Oh, that's the greatest dude ever. We can go with him. Okay? That was supposed to be a laugh, though. Big life lesson on this one. The word part. You 9U and your sons, they don't get that, Chris. I understand, but why not start? Son, we're in, and we're in. If you're not, then it's okay. That's the other part of that. It's a tough decision. Absolutely, it's a tough decision. It's a lot of money. It's time. It's your effort. We got your boys here. I get it. That's why I'm emphasizing. I get it. It's a big deal. But if you commit, stick to it. Because that is a call that I've had to make where I go, guys, I don't have a team. Well, we just had a team. We said yes last Saturday. What do you think happened? I've had people that didn't honor their commitment, and now I don't have a team. Well, Chris, I can't even try out anymore. I know. I'm not going to give you their names, but this is their first and their last initial. Go find them. No, I wouldn't do that. Just give your address. Make it easy. Does that make sense, though? So, guys, really take that seriously. It is a big deal. It is a big deal. And also, from the parent side, let's take off all the baseball stuff. From the parent side, and that is just a slippery slope to go down to say we're in and then back out. The lesson, that's just a bad lesson to put out there. Okay? So, starts on Sunday to Wednesday. Doesn't mean anything else other than it's a different day. The 48-hour clock will start. On Friday, I should have a really good idea of where we are. All right? And then on Saturday, my goal is to let everyone know, hey, this is where we are. All right, Chris, so what are we thinking right now? 9Us, I would put that at about 60-70% chance to make just on the numbers without seeing anything out here. Everybody follow me on that? 60-70% chance without having any idea what's going on out here. 11s, 99.99% that 11s is going to win. There is a ton of competition out there. A lot of numbers. Our numbers are way over the top on the 11s. So, I know that affects all of you in this room. That's what I'm thinking right now. Okay? Don't take any more. Like I said, we've already tried out a dozen other kids that aren't here already. So if you look out there and your son goes, yeah, there was only 15 kids out there. That's probably true right here. But we've already tried out. We spent the last about 10 days trying out kids that couldn't be here today. Okay? So when you accept, put the asterisk on there. There's a possibility that I turn around on Friday and say, hey, this team didn't make it. But I will if I'm getting that track, I will let you know ASAP so you can get to that next tryout next weekend. I will not hold you past when you're skipping another tryout. I will not do that to you, okay, when you close down your options. So 11s, man, that's probably, that's going to happen. The 9s, I probably lowballed that a little bit, just a hedge. Depending on what we have out here, our numbers are right on that border to make or not. The 11s will, though. Okay? So that's the process there. 10:02, not bad. Questions from you guys? Yes, sir.
With a large turnout of an interview, is it possible for 2 teams or just one?
I don't have enough for 2. Okay, that's a good question. We have enough numbers right now. If everyone checked the boxes out here and everyone said yes, I could pull 2 off. But that is everything exactly working out correctly. If that makes, we do have those type of numbers. But that's what it would require to pull off that. And to take that one step farther, I have the coaches to do it too. So it's a matter of if those guys come in and say, take them all. Okay, then we'll see what that looks like. Okay, good question. Yes, ma'am.
Will the coaches be determined with the offer letter? Do we know who the coach is?
You will not know any of it. It's just because then I don't assign that until the end, and I'm going to take that step, that question another step farther. All of our coaches, we kind of cycle as best we can. It's one of the requirements. So my 2 new guys that are out here today, those guys want to do high school ball, but we don't just do high school ball. You got to coach it all. Again, that's the relationship side of it. So we cycle through for the most part. All those guys kind of move a little bit. I do that on the calendar year, so the fall is kind of mirrored to the spring. That's kind of our season right there. So the offer was just not for me, it's just me. Fine, yes ma'am?
So I meant to mention that they don't do individual division, but do they offer supplemental?
Yeah, so, all right, that's a really good question. And I want to make sure I emphasize, the individual meaning we don't just do pitching one day, all right? The question is, do we do stuff outside? Yes, we do outside. There's a reason I don't advertise that or I don't say anything about that unless people come to us, is because there's other organizations, that's the way they do it, is I don't want you to think if man, they're doing lessons with Chase, so they've got better ends on that side. No, not at all. 3 of those guys repeatedly do lessons up here all of the time. If that's something you're interested in, we wait for people to come to us as opposed to advertising that. And I do that for a reason. There's not some bias or something like that. I'm not selling the 2 services at once here.
So would that be their coach or could it just be?
It could be a different coach, yeah. Again, we trust every one of these cats with something. Ideally, it would be that team's coach, but it not necessarily might not be available. So it's scheduling, it's all on the table. I'll put it to you that way. It's all on the table. Some of these coaches, though, work different types of jobs, so their availability is a little different than the 4 of us that work up here. So that's also driven by that, too.
Do you mind how much it-
They are very reasonable. I mean, they are very reasonable. I'll put it to you that way. Very reasonable. Others? Yes, sir.
When you were talking, just playing, I heard you mention something about rotation.
Absolutely.
Could you explain that?
Yeah, and I didn't bring my sheet. So this is what I have. So the question is on playing and rotations. All right, so in this group we're talking about 9s and 11s. The 9s are their own little animal because, man, they're not. They're not. My kid is a catcher, really. Why? Because he's always played catcher. Okay. We're not a catcher here, all right? Not necessarily. The 9Us, and I even do it all the way up to the 12s. I have Chris, Michael, Cole, Wyatt, they're pitching. Okay? And I have a sheet that's highlighted and it's laminated. If this is happening, this is where our rotation is. And we stick to those rotations. So you come to our game, and if you're doing a game changer for the majority of our games, you got to be on your toes because it's a new spot where somebody walked out. Mr. Horton, I see you shaking your head because I know you did game changer. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
You have to be on your toes. Okay? We don't just do positions, especially because I'm dealing with 11 and 9s in this room specifically. Guys are 11 and 9. Okay? Does that mean, well, my kid is primarily Chris, my kid is 6 foot 250. You mean he plays shortstop? No, he's not really shortstop. Okay? Does that mean it's primarily going to be around first, second, or first, catcher, and third? Yeah, probably primarily something like that. Always at first? No, not necessarily. No. So it's a gigantic rotation. By the end of the year, if you're really into it, you're keeping that accountability check, and the innings played and the at-bats are all about the same. They're all about the same. And if they're off, they're not off by much. So how much is that off? Mr. Horton, how much is that off? I mean, y'all just did game changer. Y'all know. Pretty close?
Yeah.
And most people would even mind and say, well, that could harm your team. Yes, it could have absolutely harmed that team if you have, guess what? Winning on the pedestal. You're right. Again, that's not what our goal is here, though. So does that answer your question? Okay. What else?
Sustainability of your coaches. Same coaches per team, they don't share teams.
Same coaches. Yes, correct. That team stays within that, correct, for that season. Do they travel? Do they follow? Maybe. Don't know. Depends on a lot of stuff. Out of the 13 that are out here, 5 of us, this is our 3rd year together. That's a lot. 3 of them, this is their 2nd year with us. 2 of them, this is their 1st year with us. And then we have 2, Luke out here, Amadeus, who's a senior in high school. And we use those guys in their non-season. We absolutely love those guys. So that's kind of conflict.
So don't tell that. It's just, you're saying you don't have one coach coaching 2 teams.
No, every team has their own 2 coaches, and that's all they coach.
So
Sorry.
they're for that.
I hope y'all know each other, so I'm not getting in a battle right there.
No, not at all.
All right. What else? I know I'm getting better at this, but the question, Q&A session got small. Yes, ma'am.
When is the first payment due?
We'll set that up for like mid-January. yeah, mid-January, somewhere in that range. And then again, that's one of the payment plans we have. That's kind of the basic standard across. And we work individually if we have to. It's literally not, again, I want to harp back to that. If that's something that is a make or break part, and let's have a conversation.
I've seen some sports where the day you accept the person.
Oh, God, no. No. I don't need any money. No. No. Anything else? Yes, sir.
How do you guys handle sportsmanship? I had a couple of kids last year who like to throw, or they strike out or something and come in and start throwing their stuff around.
Well,
Do you guys address that?
Yeah, we love hearing that kind of stuff because that stuff on ours, boy. So a couple of things on that one. What age group are we talking about? Just out of curiosity. 11. Yeah, and I'm glad you said 11. Because 9s typically go in and cry. That's what you see. 11 and 12s is where you start. It literally goes, I cry, and then you get to 11 and 12s. I'm gonna vent that anger out and everything. And then they start buying a clue a little bit at 13, 14 in high school, and I strike out. I need to get out of the way so people don't see me anymore. That 11 and 12 years is such a transition year because the anger is right there, right? And you know what? We expect it. Guys are boys with the raging hormones inside of them and this, and they're up there competing, and you know what? They're vented. Yeah, we coach that up absolutely. Now, one of the things we don't do, and I think is the best way to answer your question, is none of my staff will ever embarrass your kid. They will not correct, I'm just using your son. If your son is up there and slams or something down, we don't address that right there on the field. That comes into the dugout type setting. That comes with a back turn, something where it's this. It is absolutely addressed. We have eliminated, after last night, our retention rate on this program is now at 94% for 3 years. We have let 2 families kind of go different ways because we could not correct that. And we could not get the support at home that we needed. Because we do our job, but ultimately they're going to get in your car and they're going to go home to you and they're going to follow your lead and what you do and what you accept. We preach that, we practice that, and we do it in a way not to embarrass your